Welcome back, everyone. In today's collection video, I'm going to be doing it on the Spyderco military. So the story goes is that someone asked Sal Glesser that what is the knife you would create if your son was to go into the military? And this is the model he created. Perfect and very fitting name, I suppose. So we'll jump right into it. This is the very first military I got. And it's actually a combination. So it's the Thai military with S30V steel, and I took a Blade HQ exclusive that had the N4 steel and swapped the components. So it has the blade from the Blade HQ and the handle from the Thai Milli. Milli is also short for the military, by the way, for those who do not know. And this has been definitely a staple in the military, in my military collection, just because I am a fan of titanium handles. I figured giving it a tool steel, a little more high end than S30V, in my opinion, is something that I wanted to do. And Spyderco does make their models, their flagship models, makes it easy to swap out blades with the different handles, so lots of customization options as well. But I got this one in mid-April of 2019, and I did buy the Thai Milli off the secondary market. I go through blade forums, and then I got obviously the Blade HQ exclusive directly from Blade HQ. So this is my very first military in my collection. Just a lot of weight to it too. Let me take that back. Not a lot of weight, but there is definitely, you will feel it in hand as opposed to the G10 ones, which I'll get to. The exclusive, Blade exclusive is discontinued, as well as the Thai military. All right, next up, in mid-May of 2019, I picked up this Sprint Run, which uses the burnt orange G10. And they've got this same exact Sprint and multiple models as well. This one does have the Rex 45 tool steel. And the Rex 45 steel is one of my favorites. It takes a very keen edge. It is non-stainless, however, so you will want to take care of it depending on your use. Wipe it down, oil it once in a while. I use frog lube to kind of coat my blades. So prior to this video, I actually wiped down everything, and but usually I have a light coat of frog lube on the blade for my tool steels. Something I forgot, still getting used to this. So the price point for this one, I believe I got the Thai Milli for around $2 something, and this was off the secondary market. And the Blade HQ military was around 200 as well. So I kind of summed it up because I did sell what was left over, the remainder, for I sold it, and then I kind of just, so this particular model now, right, what's left over of the parts, it's roughly around $250. So back to the Sprint Run. This one I picked up for $170, and I also got this off the secondary market. There's only 2 knives here on this table that I picked up directly from a retailer, so I'll get to those when I get there. Action's nice on this. It does drop shut, controlled in such a way so it doesn't fall like a guillotine. Yeah, so this is my second one that I got in the collection. Third up, I have the Cruwear Gray G10 Sprint. This one I picked up, again, off Blade Forums in late January of 2020. This one I was able to get, I paid a little bit more for it $215. So I'm pretty sure that was over retail, but again, these are all discontinued. This one doesn't have as smooth of an action. These are all on washers. So this one does not spider flick that well, but it does have a very smooth opening and closing. So reminds me a bit of a hydraulic action on washers. Yeah, so while this one I picked up later than the prior two models, this is an older version where, as you can see, the pivot, there's only one pivot screw on the older models. Whereas the newer ones, or more recent ones, has pivot screws on both sides. I mean, one is the pin, but you have access to be able to unscrew it from both sides. I usually just use this front side for the newer version, and obviously you can only unscrew the older models from the back or the clip side. I've actually sharpened this one up. It's taking a nice edge. Cruwear is another one of my favorite steels. All right, the next one up, we do have another Sprint, and this I picked up in late June of 2021 off the secondary market again. And I got this for $195, which I thought was a pretty good deal. This is also long discontinued. It's using peel ply carbon fiber for the scales. And it has a BG42 steel. From how I understand it, while I don't have much experience using this steel, it's actually the only knife I have in this steel, but when I look online, it's very comparable to S30V. So when I saw this pop up, and I really like the military, and you know, there's debate about some people who don't like it because it's tip down carry option only. And as we get towards the end, I'll show you a military 2, which while it's not the same model, I figure I'd throw it into this collection video. And this is also an older style pivot, as you can see. This is fairly hard to come across. Next on the list, we do have another one in carbon fiber, and this is also a Sprint. This one was picked up in March of 2022. Now, just keep in mind, all these dates are not reflective of when they were released. Closely tied might be the blade from the Blade HQ exclusive, but otherwise these are all picked up on a secondary, with the exception of 2, which I'll get to, and I'll call those out. So June of 2021. Oh, sorry. Oh, apologize. This is March of 2022. So March of 2022, picked this up for $205 off the secondary market, Blade Forums again. And this one has 52-100, which from what I recall, it's a ball bearing steel. Yeah, this is nice. It also uses the peel ply carbon fiber, similar to this model right here. And this is with the newer style pivot. And something else to call out, so the new style pivot, not only is the pivot changed, but it uses a pin for the blade stop rather than a screwed in design. So this is screwless, this one has the screws. This is a nice one. I think I have another 1 or 2 other knives in this steel. Now this one is a St. Nick's exclusive, and this I did pick up directly from St. Nick's on March 2023. This one was $220. It does have the newer style pivot, as it's more recent. This has a DLC coated 4V blade and is using a red G10 for the scales. These are kind of cool because all of these variants of Spydercos, as I think there's a couple other models that aren't Spyderco that St. Nick's Knives releases, they use kind of a Deadpool theme, which you can tell by the color combination here, but they will provide stickers that has the model on incorporate into the sticker, which is kind of cool. So there are a bunch of Deadpool stickers with the different Spyderco models out there. So this is a St. Nick's Knives exclusive. This one I've been chasing a while, actually. I ended up picking this one up in just June 30th of this year, 2024, and I got this one for $275. I'm pretty sure I paid a premium on it, but in my opinion, $275 for this model in the condition it was in was worth it. This is also off of Blade Forums, and I really couldn't see anything wrong with it. It looks very new to me. Action is not drop shut in any way, but it is a frame lock. And this wasn't a sprint, but this is long discontinued. So it uses a fluted titanium handle. It's also got the old style pivot, and it comes in S30V steel. I wish Spyderco would bring back the fluted titanium for their models. Throw on some of their newer models. I think that would be pretty cool. And in comparison to the tie melee, the fluted tie melee, it feels a little lighter than this one. So probably because of the milling does take out some of the material. And this is rounded right here, by the way, it feels like, where this is flat. This one I just recently acquired, and to be honest, I wasn't even aware that this model existed, but this is another sprint run, and I literally got it on November 12th, 2024. At least that's when I purchased it. So very recent, and I saw it pop up for $150, listed as like new, and for the most part is very, very close to that condition. There's a few scuff marks here, a few faint scratches on the blade itself. Very faint, so it wasn't a big deal to me. It still came out. I was still a happy camper. This, I can't think of how much it would have released before, and I try to look it up, and you only get to see MSRP, so you really don't know what the retail price were for these, at least not from my research so far. But it's also using an old style pivot. It's got that CTS-XHP steel, and I do like this one a lot. It's got great action on it already, so kind of drop shut, but it does spider flick open fairly easily. Kind of just another one to add to the collection. And this, again, this is a sprint run. Picked this one for $150 if I neglected to mention that, but I thought that was a pretty good deal. It didn't have the box though, so you know, some collectors do obviously care about that stuff. I care about it, but I thought it was such a good deal that I was able to overlook the fact it didn't have a box. All right, so that really sums up the military collection. What I have next is the military 2. This is what they call the Crucarta version, where it uses Cruwear steel and canvas micarta scales. So these also have liners, which a lot of, well, actually don't. These have nested liners. Let me double check. So the older models have they have a liner for where the liner lock side is, but there is no liner on the presentation handle. Whereas the military 2, it does have a liner on both sides. And then also this gives you the 4-way carry option and is using a compression lock rather than a liner or frame lock. But this is used quite a bit already. I picked this one up in This was kind of recent. I picked this one up in June of 2024. I've already put it to use, so it is developing a patina on the blade already. And I really do like it. I think overall, I still like the military one more. It's a little more unique, I think, and just something that's more nostalgic of the origins of the military. I think military 2 was an answer to a lot of feedback from users who preferred options for a tip-up carry, and for those who preferred a compression lock over a traditional liner or a frame lock. Awesome knife still, and it's just, I kind of like the cleaner look of the military. Right? You don't have all these clip holes everywhere. And for me, tip down carry for the military works perfectly fine, if not preferred, because it's a larger blade. So as you're pulling it out, your thumb is already at the location for deployment. For the military too, if you have it tipped down, as you're pulling it out, unless you're getting your hand in there to grab it out, you're not actually, you have to reorient it to deploy it. Not really, it's just my personal preference. I like the military one model and the design. So it's kind of a cleaner look to me. But the military 2, it reminds me more of a larger PM2 or paramilitary 2. So it's as if they resembled a larger version of that, or the design was based off that rather than so much the military. Even though the military and military 2 have striking similarities. Well, this one's a three screw construction, or for this, it would have the pin, and this one's just 2. So it does eliminate some of the hardware on the military 2, but overall, the design is quite similar. All right. Well, really, this sums it all up. I just wanted to showcase my military collection through in the military 2, just because I only have one of these. They did come out with the carbon fiber with S90V sprint run recently, so that's out there. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments. You know, as always, I really appreciate all the subscribers and those who just come across my channel and my videos. Thank you for watching, for spending your valuable time to check out, you know, my collection and my videos. And as always, truly appreciate it, and hope you enjoy your day and stay frosty.